This is the prophet Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake, with storm and tempest, and the flame of fiery fire. This is the prophet Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 2. It says, behold, the power of Yahweh has a mighty and a strong one, which is a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters, overflowing shall cast on the earth with a hand. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Warkar Kodash, and Barak Abdam to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash little tongue. I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson. I wanted to bring up this recent news article. This happened recently over there in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, over there in New York, they had obviously the largest floodings in a very long time over there in New York. And then you had 2 people was unalive. It says this is from the by Eyewitness. Friday, October 31st, 2025 at 6:35 p.m. Eastern Time. And it reads from ABC 7 of New York. Yeah, ABC from New York, WABC from New York City. It says flash floods in NYC leaves 2 unalive. See if I can play this video clip.
And good afternoon to you. I'm Liz Chow.
I'm David Navarro. The city responded to more than 800 calls last night due to the flooding in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. A 39-year-old man went back into his apartment to try and save a dog, but he never made it out alive. Investigators are now looking into whether this was an illegal apartment.
Meanwhile, in Washington Heights, another man who was 43 years old was found dead in a flooded boiler room. Investigators believe he was pumping water out of his apartment when he was electrocuted.
Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis live in Washington Heights with the latest. Marcus.
Hey, David and Liz, that man known as Carlito, Carlos, a growing memorial here in the building as people dropping flowers and lighting candles in his memory there, affixing a crucifix. This is one of 2 deaths in 2 different boroughs, 2 basements, different circumstances, but all attributable to one storm.
I'm really hurt. He is so nice. He's such a sweetheart.
In the building on West 175th Street, fond memories of the man everyone knew, even if they didn't know everything about him. He was known as Carlito, Juan Carlos Montoya Hernandez. The 43-year-old worked as an assistant to the super. Hernandez was electrocuted during yesterday's storm. He went into the boiler room, which was filling with water. They took him out. They put his body there, this building resident says. I couldn't really look at it.
It's a really sad loss that we experiencing now because he was a real good friend.
Meantime, in Brooklyn, DEP crews were out clearing catch basins. Yesterday, those drains were completely overwhelmed, leading to flash flooding and another basement death. In East Flatbush, building department inspectors returned to the site where Aaron Akaberry drowned when he went back into his flooded apartment to try and rescue his dog. A friend describes the 39-year-old as a controversial figure in the neighborhood, accused of criminal activity, but also
a very special person who people were very confused about, but he really took care of people as best he can, and he never meant any harm to anybody.
The Department of Emergency Management says the city's sewer system was built to handle 1.75 inches of rain per hour. Yesterday's storm dumped over an inch in just 10 minutes.
We're now seeing multiple storms a year where we're seeing 2, 3, 4 inches of rain an hour. In fact, some of the highest rainfall rates in recorded history, the 4 biggest storms have been in the last 4 years here in New York City.
Well, the commissioner acknowledges that there is a housing crisis in the city, that many people take risks living in some of these basement apartments. This comes 4 years after 11 New Yorkers died during Hurricane Ida, flooding in basements there. We'll have much more on that coming up at 5 o'clock. For now, we're live in Washington Heights. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, this is bringing up so many new questions. Marcus, thank you.
And I believe there was another news article was saying that, yeah, this is from CBS News. Yep, it says deadly storm shatters New York City's rainfall record. Central Park sees highest total in more than 100 years. And this was published, October 31st, 2025 at 2:04 p.m. Eastern Time, CBS, New York. This was by Justin Lewis and Matthew Van Velasan. It says New York City is recovering from a persistent flooding after Thursday storm soaked in cities with record rainfall. It says Central Park says its highest rainfall total more than 100 years, while LaGuardia and Newport airports also top their previous records. It says the powerful storms was blamed for at least 2 unalive in Brooklyn and Upper Manhattan after 2 men were found flooded in the basements. It says the heavy rainfalls roadways while gust winds took down trees around the area. It says the city's 3 major airports were impacted along the subways New Jersey Transit. It says Friday, another first alert weather day with the area with a wind advisory from 10 a.m. to midnight. Peak gusts could reach up to 45 to 50 miles per hour. It says New York sees a record-setting rating. It says 24 hours rain records as of yesterday. It says in Alsep, New York, 2.60 inches. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 2.44 inches. LaGuardia, New York, 2.9 inches. Newark, New Jersey, 2.4 inches. JFK, 1.96 inches. And Central Park, 183 inches. It said Thursday's deadly storm brought the record-setting rainfalls to parts of the tri-state areas. It said the rainfalls proves to be record-setting for several locations, including Central Park, where 1.383 total broke the daily record of a 1.64 from back in 1917. LaGuardia Airport saw 2.9 inches, shattering a previous record of 1.18 in 1955, and Newark Airport saw 2.4 inches, beating the record of 1.757, also 1955. Other records were slipped in a Long Island at 2.60 and Bridgeport, Connecticut at 2.44, the highest rainfalls totals around tri-state area. Other parts in the area even higher totals, more than 3 inches in places. Greenwich, Connecticut reported 3.90. One-Quick, New Jersey reported 3.64, and Bayshore, New York reported 3 inches. It says, meanwhile, the peak gusts reached up to 57 miles per hour AC breach along the Jersey Shore and 53 miles per hour of the John F. Kennedy Airport, International Airport in Bridgeport, also gusts 50 miles per hour along the Farmdale on Long Island. Yep, so they said deadly storm shatters New York, rainfall, Central Park sees the highest total in 100 years. Once again, this is the prophet Isaiah. Yep, this is the prophet Isaiah chapter 28, verse 2. It says, behold, the power of Yahweh has a mighty and a strong one, as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters should cast the earth with their hand. Right, so we see the Heavenly Father visit this earth with these record-breaking heavy floodings, especially over here in America, and we see it in different parts around the world. So that's an indicator right there that we see the Heavenly Father visit this earth with these, these heavy floodings, these weather like patterns that we've been seeing. The prophet Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake, and great noise and storms and tempests and the flame of the body fire. This is second Esdras. Yep, this book of second Esdras, chapter 9, and verse 2. Then thou shalt understand it is a very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which made, rising and starting to see the heavenly Father visit the earth, especially with these record breaking floodings. Because we've been seeing that I would say in the month of July, in August, and recently as well too, with these I would say like for the previous couple of years and as of recently as well too, because you had some floodings in the summertime, and then as of October, you see the recent heavy floodings because you had those recent floodings over there, like the New Jersey, New York area, because throughout the previous years you've been having over there in New Jersey, over there in New York, you've been having subway stations been flooded, because we've been seeing this recently, and throughout the years recently have been increasing. So they said over there in Central Park, this was the largest rain that they have, heavy floodings and rains ever since the past 100 years. So I'm read that again, second Esdras 9 verse 2. Then thou shalt understand it is a very same time where in the highest, which the heavenly Father Yahweh will begin to visit the world which he made. That's what we're seeing with these floodings and storms that we're seeing at an alarming rate. And it says once again, deadly storm shatters New York City's rainfall record. Central Park sees the highest total in 100 years. So with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of this recent news article with those recent floodings happened over there in New York. Yep, as it says again. Yep, it says as it says again, 2 men unalive in a basement floodings as sudden downpour hits New York area. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Ba'Kodesh, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son, Ba'Hashem, and then Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the last Wakadosh Luton. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Ba'akim Akwaf. So next time, we'll say Shalom.